Wajhi ka Khalsa, Wajhi ki Fateh, welcome back. If you've been watching or just watching it now, I had Jag and Charanjit Singh with me from East London. We were talking about the challenging time they went through in 1970s. I have a lot of questions, so I will come back to them in a minute. Also, every time, like we try to get you a thought of the day, I have a thought of the day sent by someone from Delhi, Sham, Mr. Sham Sharma. The thought of the day says, if you stand for a reason, be prepared to stand like a tree. If you fall on the ground, fall like a seed that grows back to fight again. You know, पिछले week में क्या कहते थे, every time we get this thought of the day, every time जब भी मेरे guest है ना, so much blended हुआ with the topic. This is what we were talking to Charanjit and Jag a minute ago. They fought. Today they're standing on their feet. And they've both been talking to me with so much confidence, so much bravery into them. I suppose there must be a time when this is it, I can't do it. But then, as the thought of the day says, fall like a seed. And they were like a seed, they grew up from egg, they grew up now today, whatever age they are now. Very matured, very sensible, very brave, two young men. Jag, coming back, hope you liked my thought of the day.
Just coming back to that great thought of the day you've just said, it fits perfectly with the last extract I've brought in today. Can I read it?
This is what I've been saying.
That is excellent. I like that one. It's really, really good. I like that. The last extract, we could not jump on our horses like our Sikh ancestors. We could not unleash our swords and face the hooligans, just as our ancestors had done with the brutal army of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. We were in a different time, a different place, so we had to use other tactical and lawful methods. When my father spoke to the small vigilante groups that were forming, he told them that we must always respect and follow the law of the country. Every week without fail, our parents made sure that they took us to the local Gurdwara. Hearing the Gyanis reading the glorious words from the Sri Guru Granth Sahib always gave us motivation and inspiration to face another week at school. As the years went by, we eventually learnt to face our demons and looked our attackers straight into the eyes. This made them weak. We delivered an unspoken message, which was, let us be free. Let us live safely with our families. Let us be what we were born to be, Sikhs. Let us make this beloved country our home. We are not here to rob your country, but through hard work and determination, we will contribute towards the goodness of this nation forever. We hoped and prayed that one day this message would get through to the ignorant races of the country and eventually make us the nation's beloved residents for its generations to come.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, you think of people like Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi. You know, you can bring these people into the picture. I mean, they didn't tolerate it. They didn't use corrupt retaliation. They used the word of mouth. You know, they said, look, we're not going anywhere. You can do whatever you want. We will still be standing.
The funny thing, what really shocked us, pal, was that the last year at school, so we'd suffered all these years at school. Do you remember the last year at school, Bob? We had Chinese people coming to school. We had Asians coming to school. We had blacks coming to school. We thought, it's our last year at school. Now this is happening. But get me right, we were happy that was happening. But we just remember the change, Bob.
We could have been the ones encouraging that. I don't know.
We thought, whoa, the society is changing now. The school that only had 2 Indian boys in it now, but now if you go to East London, it's just multicultural. It's great. It's lovely.
I mean, Charanjit, you survived through the 70 challenge of 70s. Do you think British has changed today?
Wow, that's a wonderful question, because I would say a resounding yes. Yes, there are still minorities that ridicule why we wear a turban, why don't we cut our hair.
Doesn't that annoy? Because from the 70s, now in 2015, that still arises, that question. And they can't see the difference between...
But get me right, Pat, there is also a big change where the Sikhs are just noticed, bang, we are part of the society now. We have come a long, long way.
It's ignorance, isn't it?
From a dad walking on the street on his own. Today a Sardar can walk down the road and it'll be much more safer than it was. And that's because this country has made us a part of it. The Sikhs and Asians are part of this country.
This country now respects Sikhism. because they know we are law-abiding citizens,
Absolutely, I agree with that.
we are hard-working people, and we are very faithful to our religion, which teaches us to be these things. And many, many white people are now seeing this. I can go right up to the Prime Minister, Mr. Cameron. He can see this. And we are invited to Parliament, to 10 Downing Street, and we are respected. And this is a wonderful thing.
Even like a Vasaki, they always have a little gathering there.
That is
as well.
great. That is brilliant. I mean,
This is brilliant, isn't it?
it's great stuff.
It's great.
Satta jara religion hai na, Baji, it's an incredible thing. Sara langar tusi dekh lo. You don't have to be Sikh to. Mere na baithal nahi tanu Sikh nahi hona hunda.
Anybody can
Gora,
go.
Kala,
Anybody.
Chinese, Muslim, you can be whatever you want.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
There's certain things I always talk about. The ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾ ਖੂਬੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ being Sikh ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੂਸਰੇ religion ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ change ਹੋਵੇ. We never do that. Like some other religions do that. ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ Sikh ਤੁਸੀਂ Sikh ਬਣੇ ਰਹੋ.
Insaniyat.
This is what we
Insaniyat
teach,
ਦੀ ਗੱਲ।
isn't it? Yeah, we encourage. To see you've gone through all this, what kind of future do you think British Sikhs hold now?
For me, what I would say is the simple things have to be followed. The first step will be if the children of our future need to go to the Gurdwaras. They have to be part of that magical thing called a Sangat. They need to go to the Gurdwara, and when they go to the Gurdwara, not use the phones and the iPads and put them away and sit there and listen to the Gyanis. Well, now they've got the great projectors in the Gurdwara. We didn't have them in our time. They're great.
That's
My boy
wonderful.
sits there like, Josh sits there reading.
You could read that in the same
and it's great stuff. We knew. Dad-
We love it.
and our father had to whisper the words in the ear, and now there is no excuse. If you're Sikh, if you've got Singh or Kaur in your name, you must be part of the Sangha. I can't tell people what to do.
ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਲਓ ਨਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ।
That's what we need to tell young people.
ਇਹਨੂੰ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਰੋ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ।
That's what we need to tell.
But the things which is happening now, this is over 500 years ago, ਆਪਣੇ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
That time, ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਤੂੰ ਦੇਖ, ਸਾਇੰਸ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਵੇਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, it's all there. Amazing.
I believe that today's Sikh has more ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, chance.
Opportunities.
More opportunities to
yes.
read our
The
scriptures.
stars are the limit for the Bachcha today. They need to realise that.
Yeah,
All they need to do, the Bachcha need to do, Bob, sorry, is look at us, look at our position then. We were stuck. We couldn't go any further. But now, there is no excuse for our next generation to study, educate, reach for the stars. But most importantly, never forget the Waheguru.
Two very important questions I need to ask you. Firstly, the first part will relate to the early age, the 70s, and now the last one. That time in 70s, 8 and 9, what was your backbone that made you stronger to go through this? And the last bit is, how do you personally feel as a British Sikh now?
Can I? First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Bob, my brother, because he was the standing force. He used to stand there and say, Jag, you go home.
He was only a year older than you.
But he was my older brother, and he was there to protect me. So and Waheguru, and Bob.
Yeah.
Without him and Waheguru, I've
मैं कैसी कुत्त तैसी हूँ खानी है तू काट चल भज जा मैं कुट खा लूँगा and I was a little bit stronger than him. I mean, I was quite sturdier than him. He was quite weak.
Do you feel that has really made you very strong mentally, physically?
After we went through that, and we got through it, we realised something, a miracle took place. Our self-esteem and confidence towards the rest of our life grew.
Yeah.
We thought, right, okay, we can achieve. There's no excuse, like I say about the youngsters today, there is no excuse for them to go out there and reach the stars. If we could get through that, they can get through everything.
I can imagine the backing your children have now from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, my daughter, Karishma, she's a maths genius. She's going to graduate soon. And she's going to go further. And my son, Mandeep, he's into pharmacy. He's going to complete that soon. So, and obviously the love for them is unlimited. And we go to the Gurdwara. and we listen to the part. Swere Jabji Sahab Sunde Si. You know, we do all these things.
And that's
because,
another thing, like
yeah.
the parents need to have a little bit of responsibility.
I mean, my
as
wife
well. They need
Manjeet, my wife Manjeet Kaur, she's much more religious, and this has been helped to our children. I mean, my in-laws, they're all Sikh, of course, and they started Sardara, and many families started Sardari normally, and they see this. I mean, my daughter now, Krishma, she's crazy about Sikhism, crazy about the Japji Sahib and the Path and all
That's
that.
nice. That's
Oh,
nice.
she's insanely crazy.
How old is she
about
now,
it.
Krishma?
She's 21 now.
You must be sitting quite often with your children and talk about your
They
life
love
in
the
70s.
stories. They love the stories of Daddy tell us Guru.
I love it. I love it. You know,
story there.
love it in the sense that a lot of people out there don't understand what people went through in the 70s when a lot of people immigrated to UK. Even now in the foreign countries, and especially India, on court, I hope I don't say offend anybody, they think that the money grows on trees here. His life is easy.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
And how do people make that up? I don't know.
No.
And this program today will kind of educate people that what people actually have gone through to be where you are today.
Yeah. I mean, today you did ask a question regarding British Sikhs today. I mean, how are we seen and how... We're seen in a very high esteem now. We are respected very much.
But we've
so.
earned that as well throughout
And
society.
we've earned that. I mean, their parents and their parents have gone through the grind for them to reach that stage, but we need to keep this going. I mean, we've got to keep...
And that's the reason why Pawar wrote the book, because like I said before, it's not because I want people to feel sorry for us. No, that's done, it's gone. I want the future to look at it and think, wait a minute, whew, if they went through that, and they're sitting there today in a management position or whatever job we are doing, they have no excuse. The stars are their limit, but they must go to Wycombe.
Jack, another thing comes to my mind, you might find that very funny, the bricks which were coming through your window.
Yes.
I wish you would have collected them
Oh.
today and say, this is the brick what made me what I'm
Thought
today.
about that. Yeah, that's right, yes, that's right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Never thought about that,
You
yeah.
should put that in the,
That's a good thought.
wardrobe.
We were kind of had other things in our mind at the time,
Maybe,
but yeah, I know what you mean.
maybe there was enough to build up an extension of the back.
No, you're right, you're right, yeah, that's
Well,
right.
as I said, we
You
had
know what I
quite-
mean? Those
yeah,
are the bricks which have made you stronger to say, I'm going to go through this.
Yeah,
That's right.
And this is what used to come to my window. Look where I'm today.
yeah.
And Jack, between these years, you been reading some extract from the book. What made you write that book, and what have you written about in that? basically?
Like I said, when my boy was born, and he went to school, and he loved going to school, seeing the smile on his face, and his friends walking down the street. We had no friends. That's another one. We had no
I
friends.
know, I can imagine.
Nobody wanted to talk to us because obviously to them we were different. I thought, wait a minute. And at the start of my book, I've actually written this, that if it isn't written, it will be surely forgotten, although some parts were well worth remembering forever.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be forever, pal. I'll be gone one day. And hopefully the Sikhs of the future can look at this and think, not only did the Gurus go through that, not only did we go through that, there is no excuse to go out there and reach your full potential in life. There is no excuse.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many distractions today, and it's frightening that it's taking you away from your religion, and that's what we want to make sure doesn't happen.
And another mission is not just for Sikhs and Asians. I'd like any anti-bullying campaigns out there to contact me, to speak to me. If I have to go to schools or having an bullying issue at the school, I'd like to speak to the school.
You know, Jack, this is important. I'm glad you touched that point there. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there, youngsters, not quite confident to talk to their parents. Yeah,
Like us, we were like that, yeah.
Yeah,
we were the
like
same,
yourself. They probably need a friend or somebody to talk to you. And how would you help some people? Would you give some advice, some kind of contact? How can they get,
Yes.
That's something very interesting actually. I think in the coming